All right, so Derek, you're bullish on this stock, but I want to talk to you about the rest of your peers on Wall Street. Palantir has a hold rating, according to FactSet. It also has a consensus price target just under 156. That's basically where the stock's trading at right now. What upside do you see from here?
Well, I maintain the same long-term view that Palantir has the potential to become the operating system for enterprises in the world of AI. As a top holding in our KraneShares AI ETF AGIX, Palantir is an important company that provides the environment and context layer for enterprises to deploy AI model and AI agent. So looking back at like SaaS and cloud opportunity that disrupted the enterprise software industry in the previous decade, Palantir is offering the similar opportunity here for investors to really disrupt the enterprise world along with many other agentic AI solutions. So the reason like selling, I would think that's largely driven by macro factors, and there's some profit taking. We own Palantir over a year ago, and now it's over $150. So many other investors, they're concerned about valuation and worry about like potential risk off triggered by the Fed policies that's coming. Well, I believe this is a singular growth, a structural growth opportunity, right? So AI agent adoption is accelerating. The cost per token will keep declining. As a result, the return on investment for enterprises to deploy AI and use Palantir's service to automate their workflow will become increasingly attractive.
All right, Derek, let's just put a button on it for a second. So according to our notes here, you see it as the potential operating system for enterprise AI going forward. So that would make it a company with a huge total addressable market that would see incredible earnings growth potentially going forward. But we're talking about potential right now. I want to talk about the current day and the issue that a lot of people have with this stock is trading at a forward PE above 200 times forward earnings, very expensive for any company, period. How does this company actually live up to that? How do you see this company living up to that? Because I think that's what a lot of the bears on this company are saying, is that the expectations are just so lofty, it's almost impossible to live up to.
Well, first of all, you look at the performance of the revenue growth and margin for the business is something quite unique. You've never seen that type of growth and margin previously for any other companies. Then I think like enterprise is a huge market. Now the AI is really shifting from consumer to the enterprise world. And enterprise, they offer a bigger total addressable market. I think this is still an early stage for enterprise to use AI. So the total addressable market could be $1 trillion level. So if you think about it, you have that end game is now the path toward that. The path toward that will never be easy. It will be uneven. Okay. But if you have that long-term view, you will be still long-term bullish on the company.
What about the fact that about half the company's revenue, they come from the government and from government spending, specifically on military spending? A lot of people see that as a potential headwind for this stock going forward, as we see increases in military spending, but a lot of that's going to be on hardware potentially instead of software. Do you see that as a potential issue for this stock moving forward and also its ability to grow revenues and EPS?
Well, currently, I think like government business is an important part of the business, but you do see that the enterprise growth is much higher. Looking at the recent earning calls, I would think in the military space, you need this great technology and software upgrade still. But like just look at like the enterprise opportunities across the world. That is something I think totally is gonna change the business of Palantir in the coming decades.